I was actually going to make reference to the fitness.
Okay.
And how, seeing how both of them were going.
Yeah.
And I'm thinking to myself, that's the same way Nigerians are going to start walking.
Oh,
Fitness is going to be part of our
Let
lives.
me piggyback on that. On Saturday was actually, that's June 30, was the World Bicycle Day. Was in Nigeria? Yeah, World Bicycle Day. Now, in Oyo State, I think the corps commander for the FRSC had something to say about that. He said he advised that his name is Mr. Joshua Adekanye. Adekanye, yeah. He gave advice while celebrating this day that Nigerians actually should start embracing cycling. I remember there was a senator or so who actually said the same thing a couple of years back. Wasn't he almost run down by a car on his way to...
Wow.
I think there was a story like that. But in any case, it's all part of the adjustments that today's show is brought to you by, that we've been talking about regarding the situation of things. I think our culture is about to experience a paradigm shift with the removal of fuel subsidy and all. Coming to work on Friday night for the Black Table. Watch it every Friday night from 11 o'clock p.m.
And he talks about me plugging, you see.
I noticed that it was easier to get to work. So on Fridays, I ride to work just so that I can help navigate the traffic. But on this Friday, it took me 20 minutes to get here. There was nobody out there. On Saturday, I had a gig I had to get to, and I thought I was late. I hit the road late, but I still got there early because there was nobody.
People are not going anywhere.
And even on my own part, I had to adjust my schedules and stops. So I touched on every place that I needed to along my path, so I don't have to get out the house again to go, do any extra hours because I'm conserving my fuel. It cost me minimum wage to buy a tank of fuel. So it's a good thing that it's suffering, but then there are some good angles to it.
Yes,
embracing cycling is not
some
just
things.
It also helps your health as well.
Yes, so there's some things that we've always considered to be suffering that are actually the norm in a lot of countries.
We just got used to
we got used to certain
the luxuries.
Exactly. Yeah. So places like the Netherlands, at every bus stop there are bike racks overflowing with bicycles. At every train stop, there's bike lanes on the road.
Yeah, rent a bike.
Because there's rent a bike, like an Uber bike kind of thing. Yeah. With an app, you can just scan it and it gives you a bicycle to go where you're going. So this is 2023. In other countries, this is what they do. But we've gotten so used to using vehicles that those we used to have ice cream sellers on bicycles before, coffee sellers on bicycles. Yeah, we used to do that. And then there was a particular state, I can't remember which state it was, where they gave all their law enforcement, they gave them about 100 and something bicycles. And everybody was laughing at them. But in truth, having the law enforcement more fit and conserving fuel that they would have had to find a budget for, it kind of makes sense. Now,
certain things are beginning to make sense.
Yeah, they are making sense. They are little by little. And then adjustments at home as well. But let me let you jump in.
Yeah, I was actually going to say that. It's actually funny because I remember when I was younger, when you get to the bus stop, you walk home.
Yeah.
And then over the years, people will get to the bus stop, they take a bike.
Yeah.
So even till date, when I get to my bus stop, I like to walk home. Unless I have loads of stuff. Maybe I did a bit of shopping, so I will now take a bike.
Yeah.
But when I'm walking home, I get snide remarks of, she don't want to spend money. But I always see
it's
I
just
can walk home.
Yeah.
It's not that far.
Yeah.
So now I see a lot of people walking. And I'm like, wow, so people can walk in this life.
Yeah.
And then you hear, it's not so far. Okay, so now, where I usually, so let's say you're boarding a bus from point A to point B. It was 50 naira as at 2020.
Wow.
Now that same distance became 100 naira after lockdown. Became 150 the year after lockdown. Now, that same distance is 300, 400 naira.
Yeah.
Now,
because of
the span of just 1 week.
Fuel subsidy removal. Just imagine, the inflation, 50 naira to 400 in less than 3 years. And so you ask yourself, should I bring out my running shoes or should I still be fancy?
You should have a pair in your bag every time.
Should I still be fancy?
The thing is,
I do not think it's wise to be fancy anymore.
We're going to talk about the jackpot thing later on. Now, the truth is, a lot of people, when they go abroad, they adjust.
Yeah.
Because there are some places there's just no other way to get there than to walk.
If you live in New York, for instance.
You will walk.
You go walk.
You will walk.
You will walk.
You will walk, and there's just nothing you can do about it. Even parking costs about...
In Tokyo, it costs an estimate of your house rents to actually park your car in a garage.
Yes. So you'd
Imagine
rather drop your
not
car
have a
at
car.
home.
No, you won't
not even have a car.
Because you have to pay
can't
for it
park.
parking.
Like,
you know, in Dubai, same thing. You have to
Yeah,
pay for it.
exactly.
You're just
So
gonna
these
keep
are
it
ways
there.
to even save money. Leave your
True.
car.
Central London is about £1.50 to park your car
park.
for an hour.
In
And then
Nottingham,
when
it's
the
about
hour
30.
is done, they will lock your tire.
Which reminds me, Boris
Forget.
Johnson actually rides a bike like every normal Londoner.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
To and from
Yes.
number 10. He's
Yeah.
just like, now, something happened on Saturday. I had a gig where I had to stand all the way from 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. And I realized I was doing a lot of walking around as the MC. You really have to coordinate and transit and make sure everything's working so you have a seamless occasion. By the time I got home, I had the most blissful rest I had ever had.
Because
Actually, you have been practicing since
I had ever had. And I realized that I'm not doing enough of that. I'm rather sedentary. When I'm going home, I'm sedentary inside of the car.
Yeah.
When I'm home, I'm sitting down watching movie on Netflix. When I get to work, I'm sitting on this here. You know, so I think I need a bit more activity.
Yeah.
Tongue in cheek now regarding the situation and the FRSC boss for Oyo State actually asking us to embrace cycling. I'm hoping that they don't start introducing bicycle tickets and licenses and regulations for how big your tire should be on the expressways or on the curbs
No.
or so.
But you
Now
know,
there are license plates for bicycles.
Oh, here we go. You're
No,
giving
but
them
there
ideas
are.
now.
Abroad, there are license plates
I'm
for
talking of
bicycles.
Nigeria. I've not heard of that.
Eventually, it's going to have to happen
But you
because
know-
bikes will be so many.
How
on
many
the road.
bikes even use license plates? But that's a
Wow.
topic for another day.
Now we don't want to get
We
talk
don't
so
want
that
to
we
get
don't give
into
them
that.
ideas.
But what I wanted to say had to do with diesel versus fuel,
PMS, yeah.
the petrol. So when diesel prices went up years back, fare prices also rose because many buses, you know, they claimed they were using diesel. Now, over the years, they actually segued into petrol instead of diesel. And now that petrol prices have risen, even those that are driving diesel buses, they increase. God is watching you people because you are driving a diesel vehicle. Diesel was 800 as at this time last week. It is now 600 and something. Petrol went up. You guys are charging for petrol when diesel has come down. Well done.
Most of the buses out there actually do use petrol,
Yeah.
but I get
Those
your
big
argument.
buses, especially those ones that carry Obale in the CMS. You people use diesel and you know it. And you are charging.
How many more bus stops
33.
do you know in Lagos?
No, trust me. If
I
you
have
want
to
to
know
know,
bus stops
if you want to know
along your
Lagos, you
route.
need to know bus stops.
True.
Yeah. you
Well,
do.
what adjustments are you making? Are you finding it easy? Is anything leveling out for you? Let us know. Use the hashtag WakeUpNigeria on TVC. Let's find the silver lining in everything, shall we? We'll be back. Stay tuned.